So, sorry for this background noise. It's very rainy here at the moment, but I just want to quickly show the ocean box, ocean nook going together. So you've got two big panels, and then you've got all these smaller panels. So one of these panels, which has got the two holes in, the same as the side ones, is for the back. One of these panels is a shelf that goes in the middle. One is the top and one is for the bottom. So the top is the one, skinny one, that's completely plain. We'll put that to one side. The shelf, you'll tell it's a shelf. It's got a notch cut in the back, and these holes here are wider than these holes here. So this is the base. Also, the base has got the flat on it there, and there's a D in the corner for down. So the first thing I'm going to fit is the shelf. So you've got your right and your left panels, and they are marked right and left, and you can tell you've got the straight edges there, so that would be the way they go, with a straight edge facing to the front. And I'm going to take the shelf and I'll put some glue on it. I've already started on this one, and then I remembered to switch the camera on. So we'll put some glue along it. Now the notch, where you've got this notch out here, is for if you're threading lights through from the top to the bottom section, and so this goes towards the back. It also goes towards the back because this bit here at the front has some waves attached to it, but this bit here at the front actually sits back a little bit from the edges so that the waves are within the edges, and this bit here sits flush with the back. So you want to get them the right way round so that it fits properly, but also you want your notch at the back. So this is in effect where the straight line is, or the flat edges is the front, and the notch is the back. So we would push it in that way, and the same for this. This would be at the front, so that would be at the front, and the notch here is at the back, so this would be the back, and then we will push this on. All right, and that is your sides and your middle shelf. Fit them on nice and snugly fitted together. Now we're going to put the back portion on, and again it's got the two slots. It's got a B for back. The B is going to go on the inside at the bottom, and so it's going to go on there like that. So let's add a bit of glue in here. Okay, so there's our B. We're just going to go towards the bottom. And we're going to push it over this shelf piece as well. Just wiggle it until it's all in. Just takes a bit of movement to get it all straight. Push it on nice and firm, and you can secure it with a bit of masking tape if you need to hold it still. And that is the first section of, or pretty much your box done, other than adding the bottom, and again straight edge to the front, and the top straight edge to the front, and then that will create it. And as you can see here, the idea with this is you've got the under the water and on top of the water. Now I'm not going to fit these yet because it is easier to fit the pieces in without the top on or without the base fitted in. So we're going to fit the pieces into these here, and we're going to fit the pieces into here, and I'm going to show you the wave starting on the front. So let's get on to the next bit. You get a sheet like this with all the pieces, all the separate pieces in, along with your side panels and stuff. I've popped all the pieces out ready, and you can discard this sheet now. So you should have a batch of pieces, and this is how they go in. So all the seaweeds and corals and stuff like that are going to go on the bottom panel, and you can tell that they're a bottom panel piece because they've got small tabs. And then all the waves and the boat and things like that are going to go on the middle shelf, so that's your top section, and you can tell they're a top section piece because they've got the wider tabs. So there's quite a difference between the tabs. So these are your bottom section pieces, And these are your top section pieces. So the only things that haven't got tabs on will be your fish, because these can be stuck once you've put a bit of coral in. You can stick them onto the coral, for example. Or there's a couple that have got holes in, so you can attach a bit of string and dangle them down from the shelf piece so they hang between your coral. The only other piece as well that hasn't got a tab is this. This has been created as a sun. And when I say a sun, it's because you can push lights through these holes. And then there are these little circles here that stick together. And then they stick on the back of the sun. And that enables you to sit it on the back of your piece here, or the side, wherever you want it. It sits far enough away then that it's got a bit of space for lights and wires and such forth behind it. Okay. So, and then this piece is a little flag to stick on your ship here. So you can paint it a different colour. Perhaps you want to paint your Jolly Roger on there and paint these different colours. So that can be stuck on there. And this one has got pieces like this, because this actually goes on these front tabs. If you see these tabs here, this goes on there like that. So we will put this on. Let's move these pieces out of the way. So we will put this on here. Okay. And where you've got these slots here, to cover over it, also that comes in your kit, is a chipboard piece of wave. Now the reason it's not another MDF bit is because it would make it quite thick here, and we didn't want it to be too thick, but this fits perfectly over there, and as you can see, it hides where it slots in. It does also mean you can paint this one colour and this another colour, so it gives more of an impression of a wave. So that will be stuck on at the end. So when it comes to the pieces, we're going to pop our boat. Let's try and do this like this. So let's try and scan out. So we're going to put our boat in there. Then you have got a low wave that we're going to put in here. And then we've got one with 2 slots on. So this would go in here. And then we can put these bits where we want to put them. This slot here is for the dolphin that goes in from underneath. So you would pop that in that hole there. So that is popped in underneath. So it's a dolphin diving under the water. This dolphin here that's diving out of the water goes into this piece here. And that is it. That is your top piece completed. Then for the bottom piece, it's the same again. You're just going to, that's going to go in there. Try and hold it up so you can see it. These are going to go in, better if I put it down, it's going to go in there. And you're just building up your seam. Now these can all pretty much go wherever you want to put them. The holes are the same, so you can move them around. If you want this one over here, put it there. If you want that one there, put it there. It's entirely up to you. The holes are the same. Oh, I'd need to glue this in place. And then that in there, as you can see, they're the same size. So if I put them in place, if I was going to glue them, obviously it would hold them. Got your little treasure chest. So that goes in that bit at an angle. And then on the top bit, obviously you would glue your flag on. So really now it would be up to you to stick your little fishes on wherever you wanted to stick them, like that. And like I say, hang these ones from under this shelf in here. And then that all slots on together like that. So just line it up and you'll slot it in. And of course, this is going to be decorated, so that's why it's not being glued just yet. But of course, And these pieces in here have fallen out now. But if they were glued, they wouldn't. But I would recommend gluing it before you put the gluing it and painting it before you put the bottom bit on, so that you've got easy access to everything. But then you can see that the bottom slot's on nicely. And again, I would have put some glue around the edges to fit that in. And then it's exactly the same for the top. This bit goes at the front. So this is the front where all your other straight edges are. And you would put glue all the way around. And you would fit it all in place, and that is your top on. All right, and so you can see how I mean. Here is one that is glued in. All right, so you can see it holds itself. Now, if I put the lights on, you get a better idea of at the bottom. And then at the top, and you can see the little sun at the back there. And it's difficult to see, but there are in here little, I can't show you them with here, but there are little fish that are hanging down, because obviously as soon as I tip it they fall backwards. But I will get a photo of them hanging, and that's as simple as that one is to put together.